All right, I'll take us down. I think they're ready to go.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. T. Well, if they would hurry up and give me some sound here. Okay, let me see. I don't see her comment. Um, yeah, nobody give any spoilers. We're here to watch this together. So if you already know, keep it to yourself or find another channel where you can go spoil their fun. We're not doing that. We want to watch it from where we started. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kimber. Good morning, Chris. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. My chat is being so silly today. It's like stuck and then it picks up. So I'm missing several comments, I guess, because I can't SRB, I can't see your comment either, unless I'm just overlooking it. The jury is muted for the initial read. Okay. Good. I thought it was something to do with me. I was like, man, why don't I have sound? I'm over here messing with everything, pushing buttons. I always know better than push buttons, but I do it anyway. At least they are protecting the jury. That's good. SRB. Yeah, we're not doing that today. Satan stuff. We're not doing that. We're gonna have a good live. We're gonna watch Evelyn get some justice. Oh my goodness. And it's been on the screen the whole time. You can tell it's early. It says on the screen, judge will read. Oh boy. Oh, you can tell it's early. Sorry guys. I'm just not on my game today at all. It says verdict guilty of first degree murder so far. Guilty on all 20 counts. It's on the banner at the bottom. It says verdict guilty of first degree murder, guilty on all 20 counts. Wow. I'm so happy for Evelyn. My God.
I want to hear what.
They're saying the jury is being let out, so I'm sure the judge will speak soon and let us know.
Ooh, because this silence is killing me.
I know that dead air is creepy.
Degree murder. To judgment of this court, you are guilty. In count two, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of first degree murder and the perpetration of a felony, it's a judgment of this court, you are guilty. In count three, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of first degree murder and the perpetration of a felony, it's a judgment of this court, you are guilty. In count four, a judgment of your peers having found you guilty of aggravated child abuse, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count five, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of aggravated child neglect, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count six, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of tampering with evidence, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count seven, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count eight, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count nine, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count 10, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count 11, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count 12, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. Count 13, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. Count 14, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, is a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count 15, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, is a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count 16, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, is a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count 17, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of false report, is a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In count 19, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of abuse of a corpse, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. And in count 20, a jury of your peers having found you guilty of failure to report a death under suspicious, unusual, or unnatural circumstances, it's a judgment of the court, you are guilty. In counts 4 through 20, the jury did not assess a fine, so there'll be no fine assessed in those counts. Now we'll be in recess about 15 minutes.
Court stands in recess.
Or them and their
boy.
breaks.
I know. Wow. Wonder how she feels now. Let her think about it for 15 minutes.
Hiya, Mom.
Well, snickering ass ain't snickering now.
Right?
Right. Yep, she sure was smiling last night. Where's that smile today?
SRB, the way I understood it, is the jury is doing the sentencing. So maybe that's what they're going to talk about when they come back. I don't know. Did I understand that right?
I think so. I'm not sure. This has been an odd trial.
Right.
I have to grab a cup of coffee. I literally inhaled the first one, y'all. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right.
Dago, I hope you feel better. I hope you don't have what we all have.
Tomboy, the jury does the sentencing. Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah, that is odd to me. I mean, when I had jury duty, they did the same thing, but it wasn't for something like this. It was something minor compared to this.
Yeah.
See, her being so young, I worry that they won't do the no parole, but I hope they do because I mean, how do they think you can't fix that? There's no
Yeah.
way to fix that.
No. How old is she? 20
She was
something?
18 at the time. Yeah,
Mid
22, I
20s.
guess. 22, 23, yeah. Oh, like, do you have a cold, Dago, or you
Oh
just sick, sick,
no.
like, just don't feel well?
He said he don't know what it is. That's not good, Dago.
No, you better go to the ER then if you feel that bad, or at least urgent care if you have one near you.
Right, JC. She was 18 when it happened. And it was 5 years ago, so 23, 24 ish.
Are you running a fever?
Oh, that sounds like the flu,
He says he
dude.
can hardly move.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it
like
does.
flu.
It sounds like the flu. And you better go now because you can only take that Tamiflu for like, what is it, 48 hours? Your first 48 hours?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's a short time.
Yeah, I think it's no more than 48 hours.
Oh, Dago, last thing you need is the freaking flu.
Right, because it'll spread in that household like crazy. Or, yeah, or you could be like Cassie and you'll come back negative and you'll just have some kind of mystery virus until the next time.
Right?
His stomach and horrible headache. Uh-oh. That
Yep.
sounds like the beer flu.
Yep.
Damn the bear flu.
Yep.
Right.
I refuse to
And
get
yes,
the
I
bear
stole
flu.
that
I did
from
not
you.
participate in said flu. You can steal it, ma'am. I
Yes, I
stole it from Craig.
stole it. Oh, well, fine, but I stole it from whoever you stole it from too. Thanks, Craig. It's the truth.
It
It
has
seems
been
like that's what
properly.
everyone did.
Yeah, Elizabeth, some flu you can write out, but with his other medical issues, he needs to be really careful.
And if there's a magic medicine out there that can make our illness, whatever it is, shorter, I'm all for it. Give it to me.
Right?
I don't want to be sick that long.
Exactly.
Green tea and honey. Oh, I am up, for goodness sake. Green
Ew,
tea and honey.
ew, yeah. Green
Yeah,
tea and
Hmm.
I'm
honey.
with you, Doodle.
Yeah, I don't like green
Yep,
tea.
warm green tea and
Right.
honey. Well, if you're sick, you can't taste it anyway, ma'am.
Well, that's true. That is true.
But don't go to like Kroger's and get honey. You got to have like, well, I mean, I guess you can get it from Kroger. Just make sure it's local honey.
Yeah.
So real honey would be better.
Yeah.
I remember my
When I
grandma
was
chewing
sick,
on a
I was
honeycomb.
on so much
Mm,
medicine that I don't take
yeah.
medicine now. I
Oh,
find something or I suffer, one of the
Herbal.
two, because, yeah, I can't
I
take
always contact
medicine.
Wisdom. Wisdom always has some kind of remedy for me, and it always works. Really. I can say, "Oh, I don't feel good," and she's like, "Do this," and I'll do it, and I always feel better. She should have been a doctor.
Dig up, you're dizzy and lightheaded too. Don't jack around, dude. If you have a way to get to the hospital.
Mama,
So
you know he's gonna jack around. That's what he does. He is
I
gonna wait
know.
like I do, and you do. We always wait because we just don't
Hmm.
want to have to sit and sit in that emergency room.
See, I always go. See, at our hospital, we have the immediate care in the hospital. So, like, I go to the immediate care, and
Oh,
if then I need the emergency room's right next door. So that's
oh
what's great.
wow. Well,
Yeah.
that would be so much easier. Not us. We have a urgent care, and then we have the hospital. That's it. And sometimes the urgent care isn't even open. It's only open like 2 days a week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so if you do get sick or your kid gets sick, then you have to go straight to the ER where you're over there with everybody else that's got other things wrong with them. Where when you leave, you're
Oh
just full
Lord,
of germs.
that is awful.
Yeah, yep. Oh, they go. Yeah, I bet that's the flu. Mm,
Yep.
you better get you some Gatorade while you can. Yes, wisdom, the medicine woman. I like that.
Yeah.
We need a T-shirt.
Yeah. It could be the norovirus.
Are you sick too, Chris? Oh, we're talking to Dago. I told you I'm not on my game. I am so far off my game. I really am. Maybe this Sudafed, generic Sudafed's got me all wired up. I don't know. Oh, Peggy says her daughter-in-law was telling her that most honey is overheated and it kills all the nutrients and such. Maybe try to get some like local farm honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I said. Don't buy none of that like Kroger brand name, or you know what I mean, with the little teddy bear or whatever. Like
Yeah,
a flea market. Go to like a flea
yeah, or
market or a
even
farmer's market.
yeah, like almond milk. Yeah,
Right, or Amish, or like if you know somebody that has bees, like hit them up.
Lisa Joe. Wasn't it
Yeah,
Lisa
there you
Joe
go.
that has
Wisdom.
bees?
There you go. Wisdom said it raw, honey. Yeah,
That's the
you don't
word I was
want that.
looking for.
I'm not awake, so thank God she's thinking
I'm
for
not
all of
either,
us.
apparently. Hmm.
Um, yeah, and just like heat up green tea and put it in there, and that
Mm.
because honey's a natural antibiotic, like real honey is a
Yeah.
natural antibiotic. Like if you get a burn, like if you're out, doing the wilderness thing and you burn yourself on a campfire, you could take honey and
Hmm.
put it on the burn and it'll heal within like an immaculate amount of time.
Wow. Huh.
Hmm.
Really? Chris says he never gets sick. Huh. That's
I don't
great.
either. So when I got this cold or whatever it was last week, I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, and I think I have what you had because it
Yeah,
kind
and
of feels
it's
like hay fever. It really does because your eyes
it
and
does.
nose are just constant.
Yeah, I had that constant like itchy, sneezy feeling stuck in my nose all week. Like
Yeah.
you feel,
Yep. That's how
yeah,
I feel. And it'll come and go. Like it'll stop for a minute, but then if it'll come right back.
yeah. I took some. I think it was Advil, cold and flu, like multi symptom, and that helped a lot.
All right. I'll definitely try that. This has got to go away. It's just annoying.
Yeah,
Or
because I
like
think
if you have an onion, peel an onion, split it down the middle, put it on a plate, and put it by your headboard or the closest you can to your head when you go to sleep. The next morning you'll wake up and it should be discolored. And onion will
Oh,
pull
wow.
the toxins out of your body too.
Oh,
Hmm.
my goodness. Wow, that's good to know. Onion in your socks. Hey, it works. I mean, I'm not sure
Hmm.
how my grandson would go for that. He would laugh at me and probably tell me every reason why that's wrong, but I would try it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have the bottom of your feet. The bottom of your feet's where your body releases. Like I have these foot pad things or like sticky pads, and you can put them on the bottom of your feet, and they're supposed to pull all the yuck out of your body.
Huh.
Wow. Yeah, Kimber, I do that whenever for a really bad cough.
Yeah.
You can do Vicks on your feet with socks. It does help. It really does.
Well, I've gotten to where the last year or so I can't stand to sleep with socks on anymore. So that wouldn't work for
Oh, I
me.
can't either.
No, I got to have naked toes. I got to
Yeah.
be able to. My toes got to breathe,
Go
touch
wiggle.
the air and whatnot.
Tomboy says, Cassie, adjust that halo on your horns. It's crooked. Dago, who cares if it stinks up your house? You don't feel good. You won't smell it anyway.
Exactly.
Right? You're worried about stinking? Hell with that. I'd be worried about not being able to move.
Yeah.
No, Phil, we don't need Willie. It's too early for Willie.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Phil says, where's Willie when we need him? We had an entire conversation about a certain type of honey. Mike says, yo, get out of here with that sheet. Ew, I cannot do an Eddie Pot, Sarah. No, I cannot.
I
That is
did
gross. I cannot do it. Mm-mm, I will gag. I cannot. Mm-mm, I don't do boogers. Mm-mm.
I did that once. It actually felt really good.
Seriously? Oh, see, they have this machine, this cool little device now that you can like. I don't know. It's kind of like the neti pot, but it goes in one nostril and out the other, and it goes into a container. Ew! I just can't.
Oh.
I just. Mm-mm. Boogers. Ugh. Yeah, you would
Ooh.
like it if if you like the neti pot.
Well, I had had a headache for probably 2 weeks or so. And
Oh
so
no.
having that warm water flush through, it
Oh
felt good.
yeah. It's too bad it wasn't like a salty solution. That would probably help a lot.
Yeah. I don't think it helped my headache, but I mean, at the time that I was doing it, it felt good and there was some relief for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tomboy.
It's too early for Willie, said every wife every day.
Exactly, SRB. Definitely a learning curve.
You guys know how I am. I would mess that up and I would end up like choking to death, holding a neti pot with boogers all over my face is how they would find me. No. No way. I'm not going out like that.
Right. Good morning, Miss Brandy. Are you staying warm down south?
I have to say, I like how Tennessee has protected their jury. They have not allowed any nonsense. I do respect that.
Yeah, they did lose that one juror there for a minute, but
Yeah, but the smell, ooh, I could only imagine. You know, if you're not used to that or you haven't smelled it, ugh.
I think it's cold everywhere today, Brandy, except for Florida. Oh, sorry.
Somebody, it's time to get up.
Oh, now it's Mama Bear.
Yeah, time to take my medicine. I'll take it in a minute.
I don't have to have an alarm clock. I have a 9-year-old and a dog. That
Mhm.
they take turns waking me up.
Well, that's for my narcolepsy medicine that I take during the day. Um, I take it so that like I don't take it too early in the morning that it wears off so early in the evening. So I try and take it like mid morning, but if I don't set that alarm, I'll get busy doing something and I'll completely space it and then I'll be dragging all day.
No, yeah, that would be hard. I mean, how long have you I guess you've always had it, but, like, how did you get it diagnosed? As an adult?
Yeah, I was an adult. I kept complaining for
Oh,
years. I was like, I am so tired. I am tired. And they're like, oh, it's your iron. You're anemic. You're this. You're that.
yeah.
And finally, um, I think it was a nurse practitioner said, well, let's do a sleep study. I was like, thank you. And she did. And it came back that I had narcolepsy. I go into
Wow.
REM
So
sleep
you
within a
struggled with
matter
that
of
all the way
seconds.
wow. That's sad that you had to struggle with it that long, though.
Yeah, it was. I was miserable. I was like, "There's something else going on. This can't just be my iron."
Hmm. There's I don't like to say this, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and sinus relief is desperate times for me. Yeah, I get it. If I could use a neti pot without gagging and making it worse, I would try it, but I know me, and there's no way. As soon as that stuff started draining, that'd be the end of it. I wouldn't be able to make it.
And just don't look at it.
Oh, I'm one of them that have to.
Salt baths. I can't do baths. Yeah, SRB, you should because it is literally a life changing if you have it and you get the meds and stuff. It is life changing. You'll be like, oh my god, Manuka honey. Right there, Manuka honey. Yeah, we got snow. Looks like there's some ice on the trees, and I'm just like, ew. I don't even know. It's cold in the house, so I'm sure it's cold outside right now.
Oh, yeah.
Let me grab my
Nasty in here.
phone.
And Peggy has alarms going off 5 times a day.
Yeah. Where is my weather thing? Yikes, JC, where do you live, honey? -6? You live in Antarctica? So the temperature right now is 23 with a real feel of 15. Ew. Omaha. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize Nebraska got that cold. Jeez. Good morning, Virginia.
Mr.
Good
Scott, are you
morning,
ready?
Haley.
Yes, sir.
We need to bring.
Okay, I'm gonna pull us down and think they're ready to go.
Okie doke.
She's still on the way. She's not far away, hopefully.
Well, the state will go first, and then
I don't think it's gonna help much.
We're gonna draw it out. Read it as written. Yeah, well, yeah, we talked about that.
All right. If the jury's ready, we'll bring them in.
Okay, we approach.
No, I'm in there. Oh, well, that's.
Everyone stand, please.
I gave it to you yesterday.
You may be seated. Thank you.
All right, General.
Judge, stay within introduce it. I'm sorry.
You can do an opening statement if you'd like to.
Okay, no, I stay with the opening statement.
You have an opening?
I do.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, although I may not agree with your verdict, I respect your verdict. I respect you. I thank you for your time. And I have one more thing to ask you. You have to make a decision now, and that decision it's going to mean the difference if you sentence Megan Boswell to life in prison. She'll be released when she is probably 69 years old. That'll be 8. She's been in jail. You probably realize she has been in jail since she was 18 years old. She went to jail February the 25th of 2020, and she hasn't been released. So with that said, if you give her a life sentence, it would be 51 years. That's what I'm asking you to do. If you give her a life without sentence, she will never be released from prison. That's the difference. So it'll be the difference between her being released at what I believe would be 69 to 70 years old or never being released. In doing this process, and Judge Goodwin will read you some very short jury instructions compared to what you heard yesterday. You look at statutory aggravating factors and mitigating factors. In this case, the state will submit the age of the child as the aggravating factor. Our mitigating factors, we've listed several of those, including no significant criminal history, Her youth and age at the time the offense was committed, she was 17 when she had Evelyn. She was 18 when Evelyn died. You'll hear more about her unstable and chaotic home life. You'll hear from her mother, Angela Boswell. She's here today. You'll hear from Angela about domestic violence that Megan witnessed between her parents. You'll hear from Angela about drug use that Megan witnessed her parents engage in. You also hear about her schooling. It wasn't seamless, and how one of her primary role models was her grandfather, Tommy Boswell's father. He died when I think she was 11 or 12 years old. You'll hear that. And then finally, you'll hear a little bit about her younger siblings, Elijah and Charlotte. Elijah has a disability that Megan has looked after him and tried to help take care of him. And then you're also feel free to look at any other thing you've heard in the proof and making that decision as far as mitigating factor. Anything else you've heard in all the proof from any of the witnesses, and also you'll probably hear from Gail Kite. You've heard from her once before, but you'll hear a little bit more from her about the shape Megan was in when she came into her home, and you'll hear from we expect to call Mary Boswell. She is Megan's grandmother. I think most of you recognize the name Old Mommy at this point. You'll hear from her and what she witnessed and her participation in raising Megan. So it's a hard decision. It's not a light decision. You've made a hard decision already, and it's my hope that after you see this, you will come to the conclusion that maybe at 69 years old, it would be fair for her to be released from prison.
All right. General proof.
Yes, Judge. This time the state will produce a copy of birth certificate of Evelyn Boswell.
All right. That'll be exhibit 262. You want to keep the exhibits in sequential numbers. But I've started a new sheet for the sentencing part. It'll be exhibit 262. Any other proof, John?
No, Judge. That's the state address.
Mr. Scott?
Here's we call Angel Boswell. Angel Boswell.
Raise your right hand, man. And state your name for me.
Angela Boswell.
You solemnly swear affirm testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, and but the truth, man. Have a seat. If you'll pull the microphone down and talk straight into that microphone. Actually, you know what? I need to switch these.
Ready to go, Judge?
Ready.
Ma'am, state your name for the record.
Angela Boswell.
You are Megan Boswell's mother.
I am.
Ms. Boswell, you know the purpose of being here today.
I do.
I want to ask you some about Megan's home life and growing up, but I guess I want to ask you first a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
And I'm asking you these questions, Ms. Boswell. I'm not trying to embarrass you or
No,
cast any
no, sir.
aspersions.
No.
You married Tommy Boswell when you were how old?
First time 15.
You speak into that microphone just a little more, please.
The first time 15.
And when did you become pregnant with your first child with him?
I had my first in April and turned 16 in July. So,
Okay, and who is that child?
Tommy Jr.
And then you had Megan at some point. How old were you when you had Megan?
There's 8 years difference. I was almost 24.
It's okay. So let's talk about Megan's life growing up. Would it be fair to say that during her lifetime, she's witnessed drug use between you and her father?
Yes.
What type of drugs?
Opiates, mainly.
Scoot up and speak into that so the jury can hear you.
Opiates, mainly.
Did that drug use lead to other problems?
Yeah. Arguments, fighting, yes.
You say there
Strife
strife.
is what it brings, yes. Nonstop.
Is that something that went on pretty much her entire childhood
Yeah.
growing up?
Yeah, from the time she was pretty little, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Good. Now, did she witness fights between you and her father?
Yes.
I think at some point her father was convicted of aggravated assault and kidnapping.
Yes.
Were you the victim in that?
Yes. Mm.
Do you remember ever taking Megan to any NAAA meetings with you?
Yes, I did.
How old was she when you did that?
She was probably about 7 or 8. First ones I started taking her to 7 or 8, 8 or 9, somewhere around in there.
Now due to the strife in your home, was she raised by her grandparents to some degree?
Yes.
Okay. And what were their names?
Mary and Danny Boswell.
Mary Boswell, would that be who's known as a mommy?
Yes. Mm.
These problems, do you feel that it's partly your fault, the problems Megan's experienced?
No, absolutely. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Now, unfortunately, your problems, that they went on up into, we saw a video in here, you being brought down from the jail to talk with her in
Mhm.
2020.
Yeah. Mm.
So even up until the time she went to jail, you were in and out of jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I've been.
Have you been convicted of numerous crimes?
Yes.
Now, have you managed to straighten up at this point?
I have, yes.
You hoping to?
Yes. I pray every day and just, to do my best and try. I've learned the importance of a mother's role, but not for Megan, I didn't.
All right.
I failed her on that miserably.
And you're here asking the jury to give her a sentence of life as opposed to life without.
It's Maggie is at her core. She is a generous, kind person. And through all Maggie's went through, Maggie still has potential. She was trying so hard. She didn't repeat my mistakes. Maggie learned from my mistakes. And she was trying to do better with Eve. She wasn't repeating. And I think she got saddled with, and just because of my mistakes that she did those, and that was not it. That was not the case with Evelyn.
Would it be fair to say she didn't have a good role model for the mother should
No,
be?
no, she did not.
Answer any of Ms. Massengill or Mr. Harper's
Mm.
questions.
I don't have any questions, Judge.
Judge, at this time, I have some judgments of conviction on Tommy Boswell. I'd like to put in by agreement with Mr. Harper.
No objection, Judge.
Okay. I'd ask these to be made the next 4 exhibits.
Mr. Scott, I'm going to enter the case number 61078 as exhibit 263. And the other 3 pages are 3 counts of the same case. So I'll make that a collective 263.
What is that case number, Your Honor?
62497. Yeah, the first case is 263, case 61078, and case 62497. Those 3 pages, 264.
Your Honor, defense would call Gail Kite. Kite.
It was KYTE, right?
I believe so, Your Honor. I'll have her spell it. I think she was a witness in the trial, but I'll go back to that.
Raise your right hand. State your name, please.
Gail Kite.
Ms. Kite, you solemnly swear from testimony you got to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, ma'am?
I do.
Speaking of that microphone.
Ms. Kite, good morning.
Good morning.
Just so I make sure here, spelling your last name, is it Kyte?
It is.
And Ms. Kite, you've previously testified in this hearing as a state's witness. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, thank you for coming back for this part of it. I know Ms. Boswell appreciates that. How long have you been working in foster care?
15 years.
Do you remember when Megan Boswell came to you?
I do.
Do you recall what kind of shape she was in or state?
She was in bad shape. She was one of the worst children that I'd brought in as far as neglect.
What do you mean by that?
She was very malnourished. She's very skinny. Her hair was matted to her head with lice. Impossible to even get a comb through.
Okay. Well, when she came to you, were you given any background? I imagine in foster care, you're given background or information of where this child is coming from. Were you giving any of that?
I was.
And what were you preparing for?
In the intake papers, it mentioned trauma Uh, it mentioned rape.
Did it give you any background or any information about her family background or makeup?
Not really.
Now, you said she came to you with lice. What did you do to try to help Megan?
Well, I took her to a beauty shop because there was no way to even begin to get a comb through. It was horrible. The beauty shop wouldn't touch it. They told me I offered to pay him $100 to go out back to cut her hair. And they said that they couldn't do it. Finally, the agency that we were with found a beautician that met me at a church that was willing to come in and give Megan a haircut. They gave her a bob, which looked really cute on her. But even after that we could get a comb through, it took close to 3 weeks, maybe a month, to get rid of the lice. Were just so bad. I had to get prescription medicine from the doctor. We got 2 bottles of that. I bought the comb that you run through that's supposed to kill the lice. And I know I practically traumatized the poor child because we'd go out on the porch and I'd run that comb through trying to make sure we got all the lice, and she'd sit there and tears would run down her hair. She got tired of me. It wasn't a pleasant situation. And then even when you do that, you still got to go through, you've got to thoroughly clean the bedding. Everything in the room has to be taken down, washed in hot water. But it was a rough time for her, very rough.
And you may have said, but she came to you how old?
She was 17 years old.
She was pregnant.
17, pregnant, scared, didn't have a place to go.
And you believe that she had been raped or violently sexually assaulted. Were you given any background or information about her family, her mom and her dad?
I knew Mom was in and out of jail, and I knew her daddy owned a business.
Okay. Were you able to come to the opinion that she essentially came from a dysfunctional family?
I did.
Okay. And how long did she stay with you?
She stayed 4 months. When she came in, we got to work, got rid of the lice, got her registered for school. Where she was pregnant, she chose to do online schooling. She worked really hard getting her diploma. If a test didn't go right, she was on the phone the next day with the counselor getting it reset. I never had any problems trying to get her to do her schoolwork or anything. She hung with it.
She ever caused you any problems, disciplinary wise or anything like that?
No,
Never.
no.
And did she seem to be thriving in a structured environment?
She did. She did.
Was she making friends?
She did.
Did she seem to be progressing and coming out of the state she was in when she came to you?
She very much so.
And she was with you for 4 months. Did you form a bond with her?
Oh, I did. We took up together immediately. It was during the winter. She learned me how to play card games. Winter days, we'd sit there and we'd play. Baby'd sleep. We'd play cards. But we formed a bond.
Did you take her to doctor's appointments?
I did.
How did she seem to feel about becoming a mother?
She was very excited.
Did you have conversations with her about that?
I did.
Did she seem to fully understand her roles and responsibilities of what was going to be required of her?
She did. Megan practically raised her younger sister, Charlotte, and her brother, Elijah. She had plenty of experience with younger children.
How did you know that?
Well, mostly from conversations with Megan, and just I could tell by the way she took care of Evelyn at the house. You know, she knew how to heat a bottle. She knew how to change the diapers. She got up when the baby cried.
Did you ever have to tell her to do those things?
No, me and my husband never once woke up those 4 months when Evelyn woke up in the middle of the night. Megan would take care of her very well.
And I asked you, and I want to clarify that if you ever took her to doctor's appointments, she was with you when she was with you. She came to you pregnant. Did you go to the prenatal appointments?
I did.
And did you go to follow-up appointments with Evelyn's pediatrician?
I did.
Okay. So you were involved through the whole process, really?
Those 4 months, yes.
Okay. At some point in time, was Megan taken from your home and placed back somewhere else?
She done trial visits to go back to Tommy's.
Okay.
There's a process in the foster care system.
I understand.
She done weekend visits, or at first it was just visits, and then it led to weekend visits.
How did she feel about that?
She seemed okay with it.
Eventually, was Megan placed back in the custody and care of her family?
She went back to Tommy's house.
Tommy, you mean her father?
Yes,
Okay. And did you maintain contact with her?
I did.
How often?
We text back and forth it wasn't a daily time, but I want to say once a month, couple times a week. It's just according to what was going on and what pictures she had took of Evelyn.
When you were talking to her, did you eventually learn that maybe things were kind of getting back off the tracks again?
I did. In April, I received a call from her foster care worker saying that Megan had needed some help and even though she was out of the foster care system, would I be willing to go and help her out? And I said, no problem. So I called Megan. She told me that her mother had dropped her off at a church. She had drove off and left her and Evelyn there. She had took Evelyn's diaper bag, the baby's supplies. So I told her I'd be right there. I went and picked her up. We went to Walmart, bought baby bottles, formula, diapers, the stuff that a baby would need.
Where did you take her?
We went back to my home. She spent the night. Her and Evelyn they took showers, a good night's sleep. But then the next morning, she wanted to go back to her mother's family's home.
Where's that at?
Now, I'm not sure. The place that I took, her grandfather was in the hospital, and she wanted to go there to meet up with her family. So when she left my home, I drove her to the hospital in Kingsport, and she assured me that she would be perfectly fine, and her and Evelyn got out.
It'd be fair to say that Megan wasn't getting maybe the familial support from her parents that she was needing at that time.
Yes.
Okay. I imagine over this time, Ms. Kite, that did you ever meet Tommy Boswell Sr. or her mother, Angela?
I had never met Angela, but I'd met Tommy several times.
You said you agreed that she probably come from a dysfunctional family. Let me ask you this. She lived with you for 4 months and you stayed in contact with her after she moved out. It's your opinion, you know her, you talked to her. You think Megan ever knew what a normal family looked like?
No.
Did she crave that?
I think so.
Was she wanting that for Evelyn?
I think so.
Well, it's obvious why we're here today. You know why you're testifying. Are you asking this jury to just give her life?
I am, with the possibility of parole. This child has been traumatized. She's made bad mistakes that has to be paid for. But I think she deserves a chance to come back out to the real world. I don't think she's irredeemable. I think she can become a functioning citizen.
Ms. Scott, I thank you again. If you would answer any questions that the state has for you.
Nothing from the state judge.
Judge, we call Mary Boswell.
Raise your right hand and state your name for me.
Mary Boswell.
Ms. Boswell, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
If you have to record and speak in that microphone.
Okay.
Boswell,
Mhm.
I'm Gene Scott. How are you?
Pretty good.
We're here today because the jury's trying to decide how long Megan will have to stay in prison. I want you to, I guess, your name is Mary Boswell.
Not Mary Boswell.
Okay. How do you know Megan?
Sir,
How do you know Megan?
she's my granddaughter.
Okay. Are you Tommy Boswell's mother?
Yes, sir.
And obviously you've known Megan her whole life.
All of her life, I started keeping her from the time she was 2 months old till she was grown, off and on, not all the time, but off and on.
Why was that in part because of problems between your son and her mother, Angela?
Sir,
Was that because her parents were having
no,
problems?
she just loved me and her papa, and she stayed with us, and we loved her, and so we keep her a lot.
Were you aware of the violence issues between Tommy and Angela?
No, I didn't live in their home or nothing. I don't know nothing about what went on in their home, sir.
Okay.
We'd pick her up and keep her until she want to go back and like that, off and on.
And have you always lived down there on the same property Tommy lives on? Or
I've now lived there for maybe 20 years, 21 or 2 or something like that.
she lived there almost all Megan's life.
Yeah, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. And you're aware, you told me, I think one of Megan's role models was your husband, your late husband?
Sir,
Your late husband, he was one of Megan's role models?
yes, we loved her like she belonged to us.
Okay. When did he pass, man?
11 years, 11 and a half years ago. Soon be 12 this summer.
So that would have been when Megan was, I guess, what,
Yeah, maybe 12 years old or
12
something.
years old?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that take an impact on her?
Yes, it did.
And are you here asking this jury for leniency today?
Yes, sir, I am.
Asking them not to give her a sentence of life without parole?
I hope they don't, sir. I love her like I hope they don't give her the sentence like that. I'd love to give her my home if I could take her home today. That's how much I love her.
I understand. Thank you, Ms. Boswell. Is there any Mr. Harper or Ms. Massacre?
No questions, Judge.
Ms. Boswell, thank you so much.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Thank you for going down there.
Can I sit out here that?
You can sit on, so please recall, you're welcome to stand forward.
Okay, thank you.
We approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have you go with the officer for just a minute. It won't take long.
Everyone stand, please.
This is really sad that she has hurt so many people along her journey of being a monster. You know,
I
really.
agree.
You may be seated. Thank you. Can I approach?
Go ahead, Mr. Scott.
Megan, we've talked about this before. You understand you have a right not to testify.
Yes.
No one can force you to testify.
Yes.
We'll start this over since we didn't have the microphone up. Megan, you understand you have a right not to testify, and if you don't testify, the jury may not draw any inferences from that failure to testify. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Likewise, you have a right to testify. No one could keep you from testifying if you wanted to.
Yes.
After consulting with me, Mr. Ford, and talking about your case and hearing what's happened here in court and all the evidence, do you wish to testify or not?
No,
You do not wish to testify?
I do not wish to testify.
And Ms. Boswell, you're still under oath from yesterday or the day before. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other proof? And before we bring the jury in, one thing that I forgot to do yesterday was when we excused the alternates, I took the contents of one of their books and the cover page, and I gave that to the court reporter, and that would be designated as Exhibit A, the letter A, for identification only, so that it's part of the record as to what those notebooks were that they took back. All right.
Judge, the state would introduce it.
Guys, that isn't me, I promise. I don't know what they're doing. They're rewinding and fast forwarding, I guess. It's not me.
Yesterday or the day before, you understand?
It's ready, Mr.
I got no clue, guys. I guess they're having issues. That poor grandma, how many times I gonna walk her back and forth? You know that old lady's getting tired. Dang. I know it's not funny, but man, come on, court TV. What y'all think? They put that old woman forward, backward. Poor woman? My goodness. I thought it was me at first, and I had to go and make sure it wasn't. So what do you guys think? Do you think her little beau and all of her family that's trying to make her out to be something that she's had such a bad childhood, this is why she's a monster, think it'll do any good? Because I mean, that's pretty low showing
No.
grandmas and yeah, it's like they're trying everything they got, but I mean, come on, let's be real here. Honestly, the only thing that this has shown me is that she knew right from wrong. She loved Evelyn, but she also wanted to run around with that boy more, and she did away with her own daughter for a guy. That's all I'm getting out of this. Exactly, Stormy. That's what I'm saying. Like they're making her to be out. Oh, she had such a bad childhood. Oh, that's why she's the way she is. Yeah, well, many of us have had really traumatizing childhoods, and we still take care of our children or grandchildren or whoever. You don't just if you wanna lay down and be a victim of what has happened to you, so be it. But if you really want to face your problems head on, then you're just better today than you were yesterday. You don't have to be your past. You can make your own future.
You don't have to be your parents either.
Oh god, no. No, and I do understand that many children that have been abused are abusers, okay, but at some point, if you love your child, you stop that crap. You put all that behind you, and you be the person that you want in your life that would have protected you as a child. Instead, you lay down and turn into a monster just like the others. That makes no sense to me. She does not deserve life without parole. She should rot her last day in prison. Because, I mean, it's about Evelyn, not about Megan and her childhood, and no, I don't care, I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about her childhood at all. What I care about is justice for this baby, and the fact that her grandma can sit up there and even ask that, to me, grandma or not, no. I'd be like, "No, this is a monster. You let her out, she'll do it again." I just don't think you can't fix this. There's no way to fix this kinda crazy.
No, there's not. Any woman that
I just
tries
have
to get
no
out of a
pity
lie
for bad
detector
women.
test by saying, I'm pregnant, I can't take a
Yeah,
lie detector test.
right,
Craziest shit I ever
right.
heard.
Mhm. Yep. And see, it's stuff like this that just it aggravates the shit out of me because I'm thinking, you people want to sit up on that stand and talk about how you all did her wrong. Where were you people when she needed help with Evelyn? Why is it, why is it so sorry, Mama Bear. I didn't mean to. I don't understand why this is a Megan had a bad childhood. She was blah blah. I don't care. I don't care. Lots of us have had very tormenting childhoods. We're not the monsters that our parents were. I mean, at some point, you make your own choices. You learn right from wrong. And the fact that she was that good to Evelyn as a baby just shows me that she has the mentality she knew better. She just didn't care. She didn't want to be aggravated with having a toddler. I have no pity for her. None. None. I can't help it. I just don't. I can promise you, you get pulled over for a speeding ticket and start giving the officer this sad story about how your dad didn't take care of you when you were a child, you're leaving with that damn ticket. What the hell makes her think she's so special that she's not gonna get life and parole because her grandma said she was a good kid? No.
Yeah.
Horseshit.
So it
Sarah,
looks like the internet must have went down at the courthouse.
How convenient, right? She even broke the damn internet.
jeez.
Everybody's froze.
Well, I can understand that. It's cold.
It is. I did. I took the dog out, but I didn't take him for a walk. I took him for a walk around the house. I said, "You potty," and then we're going back in. I'm not doing this today.
Oh, my dog thinks he's getting clever because he'll go outside and he's just refusing to go outside and poop in the snow. And I'm thinking, oh no, buddy, you're going. I am not doing this. I don't blame you, little fella, but you're going.
Yeah, I'm not taking you on a 20, 30 minute walk. We're gonna go out here. You're gonna do your business. Then when we're done,
Right. Right. And it's bad because I'll look at him like, you really need to go? Are you sure? It's
yeah.
so cold out there.
Sarah Doodle said it best the other day. It was like when Megan had Evelyn, it was all about Megan and Evelyn, and she had all of the attention. And then when she got older, she wasn't the center of attention anymore, and Hunter was giving her that attention. And that's when she chose him over her kid.
Yep. And I only came up with that because of my grandson's egg donor, because that's exactly how she was. Exactly.
Ah,
Yeah. It was like it was great while she was pregnant. Everyone was giving her attention. I was babying her. But once he was born and she was getting no attention from anyone, but he was getting it all, then
hmm,
the trouble started. And I was like, I could see that coming. I knew, no way.
yeah,
And the sad part is, think of how many out there right now are just the same exact as Megan. And it takes something like this before we even realize it's too late.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, SRB's right. If she was 17 years old, she couldn't run a comb through her own damn hair. Really?
Yeah,
Well,
I
her
saw
arms
that
didn't
too.
work. I mean,
I mean, I know my daughter, I mean, she's only 15 now, but I mean, it was a good, she was probably 12, but I mean, she had hair down to her waist. It was extremely thick. Um, and basically,
yeah,
it
that's
was
how
just
my
too
granddaughter
much
is.
for her to handle. So
Yeah.
once we like shaved underneath, like at her ears below,
Uh-huh.
it thinned it out. She was able to do it no problem on her own.
Yeah, but you would think at like 17 years old, they talk about how
Yeah,
Megan, I just can't see why she couldn't wash her own hair and put a
right,
comb through her own hair. I mean,
right.
the lice, okay, maybe she didn't, at 17, maybe you don't know how to get rid of lice, but you know how to comb your hair.
Yeah, I would hope so.
No
And
doubt. I
Arctic,
mean,
yeah, Arctic say it bothers me to no end that Megan's mama. Oh yeah,
right,
I
right,
totally agree.
Artie. Yeah, I did. It bothers me to no end that Megan's mom is up there asking for mercy after Megan threw her under the bus. Exactly. I mean, she's up there crying and whining, and oh, I failed her. Really? You failed her so much that she was going to throw your ass in prison for the rest of your life. But yeah, let's let her off. Mm-mm. Now, don't get me wrong. It would be horrible to sit on that stand and watch your child get sentenced to life. I mean, really, it would be terrible. It would, and I
It
would be
would.
a mess. But at the same time, I would also be thinking of my grandchild that she took the life of. And I
Hmm.
mean, really, we don't know that she wouldn't get out and do the same crap. We don't know.
Right.
Yeah, Virginia, I understand. I mean, I do. Yeah, her parents should have been there more. But at the same time, come on. I was married at 16 years old. I had my own place at 17 years old. I had my own life. And I had a very traumatic childhood. But I love my kids. I protect mine and I'll protect theirs. So, Megan, to me, I have no pity for that monster. None. None at all.
Yeah. Mata Hari sounds like Grandma coddled her. Grandma probably got that bow for her little girl. Family doesn't sound like they are talking about an adult. They are talking about her like she's a child. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, but grandmas are different. because grandmas, that's what we do. We coddle.
Yeah.
We do try to protect. But at the same time, I just see that if she doesn't and she gets out even at 70, let's say she gets out of there and she's 70 years old, who's to say that she could ever be around a child without hurting them? I mean, this was a
Yeah.
brutal thing she did. This is terrible. It's not like an accident happened here. She did this. That's pretty scary.
Mm-hmm. Hmm? She was a victim of statutory R.
Phil, she was 17 when she was pregnant and 18 when Evelyn was born.
And depending on the state, that may not have been statutory.
Yeah, Phil, you don't know if that was statutory. I mean, the father, we don't even know who the father is. And if it was, then where's his charges? Obviously, it wasn't statutory because she'd have thrown him under the bus along with her own mama. If you're going to put your mom under the bus, think about what you'll do to your ex boyfriend.
Right?
Yeah, no, I agree, Virginia. I didn't mean it that way. I'm just all fired up over this. No, I knew what you meant. I'm sorry if you
Yeah.
thought I meant it the other way.
Yeah. This.
Yeah, I
This.
agree. Yeah, your mom shows up a little late, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, and that is. I wonder why she wasn't there during the trial. Maybe she just wasn't a good enough. I don't know.
Maybe
Probably
she
not.
could handle it. I mean, I don't know that I could handle that. I don't know
Right.
if I could handle every detail of how my grandchild passed. So I can't really give her, any hell over that. But at the same time, yeah, it is definitely every one of them have a part in letting Evelyn down. I don't know. I don't think with Megan. I don't care with Megan, but they also let Evelyn down because obviously they knew she was a weird child. And if her life was so bad, then why didn't they step in with Evelyn and check on her more? I'm not buying this horse shit. None of it.
Mm-hmm.
But they're playing a little game here. Put the bow in her hair and have grandma and mama and whatever old mommy up there. That's
Yeah.
to me that's desperate. That's desperation.
Evelyn was 1.5.
Yeah, she was like I think she was 14 months old.
I was
14
thinking
or
14,
15 months.
15, something like that.
Which is such a fun age. I mean, they're so fun at that age. They're into everything, but they're so fun and they're saying weird stuff and they're smiling all the time. And
Some of them can be sassy.
yes, yes. I mean, look at that little face. Oh, mm-mm. And see, this is part of it too. It's like these parents that don't take care of their kids, like, well, as Megan's mom, like now they care. Oh, I let them down. Yeah, when the fun, when all the hard part's over, and now they're raised. Now you want to be a parent? No, mm-mm. You shouldn't get that privilege. If you can't take care of your child when they're little, you don't get to be their friend when they get older. Heck no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they want to
agree,
make
Sarah. They put
they want
that
to
bow
make
in there, to make her look like a child.
yeah, that innocent young. Yeah.
Yeah, mind you, not to mention that she was out going to the aquarium with her new man, smiling and all that, while her daughter was rotting in a trash can. Sorry to say it that way, but that's exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
So no, she doesn't deserve to be out. Tater, I'm the same way. I know. It's like, what the hell makes her think that she's so precious because she has a bow in her hair? Mm-mm. Putting grandma up there was bad though. That's sad.
Do you think? And I don't think she will. But do you think Megan will go up there?
No, she already said she didn't want to testify.
Okay. I thought that's what I heard when I was outside, but I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Which honestly, she should. She has nothing to lose. She really
Right.
doesn't. She should get up there and say, "I loved my daughter." Blah blah blah. Whatever that she come up with. She's probably out of line. And nobody will believe me. She said it.
Yeah.
A childhood friendship that turned into a feud and ended with shots
That
fired.
scared me.
Hello.
Now, famous rapper and Rihanna's significant other
faces felony assault charges.
The trial of ASAP Rocky, weekday mornings, only on Court TV.
What? They didn't just
That
switch this
scared
on
me.
over, did they?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but that scared me. It's all quiet here. The kids are still in bed. The dog's sleeping down by my feet, and all I hear is like the water of the turtle tank, and just reading comments. And all of a sudden, blam! And I'm like, oh, it's not nice, Court TV.
Yeah, so they ended it. They ended the stream. So now we have to wait for them to pop up with a new stream.
Oh well, hell's bells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me either,
Yep.
Molly.
I'll have to watch. Surely they're going to get this fixed and move on with this because I'm not watching this other trial. I don't even know who that guy is. Do you?
No,
That they had up there?
no, don't want to either.
Yeah. Yeah, they ended that one. So maybe they're just going to try to start it over. My goodness. She even broke the dang internet. Oh, look at that little picture of Evelyn. Evelyn in her little snow hat just, oh, melts my heart. Let me show you. See that little snow hat? Oh, I don't get it with these mothers. I guess I don't understand because I have never been that way with children. Like, even as a small little girl, kids were just the stuff, it was like, wow, children.
Yeah, I mean,
But nowadays,
I know with mine that I would get extremely frustrated and just, I'd have my hands out and just be like, ah. But I also had my oldest, who was 9 months old. So she would have been 9 and 9's 18. So she would have been 18 months old when I had my twins.
now see, now if you can handle a set of twins and a toddler and do fine, then you completely understand my point of I have no pity for this little girl.
Exactly. And that's what I'm
My
saying.
boys my
I
boys were
know.
13 months apart, so I get them both in bottles, both with diapers. So if we can do that, and you have another one, it's
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Yeah. So I don't have any pity, sympathy, or whatever for her. Because, I mean, granted, I wasn't 18, I was 32, something like that. I was in my 30s. We'll just say that because I don't know how old. But still, that doesn't
Right.
change
Now I
being
don't
able to
mean like,
care.
and I don't mean like if anybody in chat has had like DFS called on them for whatever. I don't mean stuff like that because people do that crap all the time nowadays. That's what their go-to is. They'll call this one, they'll call that one. I
Right.
mean, like physical abuse of a child or neglect of a child where they don't eat and their house is filthy, stuff like that. But this right here is a totally different thing here. This is a little girl who chose a man and fun over her daughter that she loved and took care of up until that point. That
Yeah.
tells me now if it would have been different if she struggled the whole time with Evelyn, but she didn't. And to me, that was huge to me. I was like, okay, so you loved her and you knew how to take care of her, but instead, what? She was a nuisance, so you just tossed her? Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. But what, Peggy? There's a lawyer that actually said rape is not a real thing. It's just forcible, rough sex. Wow. Wow. That's I won't even go there. I wanted to see Phil's math. 14
All right,
months.
guys, if you see that a new one pops up from Court TV, let me know. I'm looking, but I'm not seeing that they have popped a new one up yet. But if you do see that they pop one up, please let me know. So far, it's just that
Court,
one that they had.
Court TV owns the rights to the media on this trial, so everybody's feeding off their
That's what I thought.
footage.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Did y'all see the jury get shown?
No, they didn't even
I
show. They didn't.
didn't.
We couldn't even hear the jury. Court TV blocked it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I know, Phil. I know. I always tell everybody I sound like a toddler.
Oh, okay. So
What?
when Grandma comes in, apparently they showed the
Yeah.
freaking jury.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yep.
And they showed it over and over then because she went back and forth, back and forth. Oh
Yep. So they
no.
pulled, and this is allegedly, y'all. I'm creeping the
Yeah.
streets.
right.
Yeah.
It says that the judge pulled the feed.
Oh boy. So we may not know
Yep.
then. Do you think they'll open it back up or no?
Hmm. He has the right to say no and not let them.
Right.
He has
Yeah.
the right to throw them and their cameras out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. That jury should never be shown. That's not safe.
right.
Let me go back,
And
see if I can
that goes
see.
against their rights. Well, luckily for Megan, her verdict has already been guilty. So they can't turn over the whole trial, can they? Not for the
No,
jury being
no, they
shown.
can't.
Wisdom said the last two jurors were on camera.
Oh no.
Okay. Yep.
So basically, we're not
Yep.
going to get to see or hear the rest of any
Well, you
other
can't blame him. I mean, you can't
statements.
blame him.
Yeah.
Bad part is they showed it over and over and over. Rewind, fast forward,
Hmm.
rewind. I don't think they meant to show that, and they
They
didn't.
were probably trying to cut it out.
Probably.
Yep, yep. So they just ended it. Oh my god.
Yep.
That's where you
But we'll
got to be
wait a
careful
little bit.
live streaming.
Yeah, I guess we'll wait a little bit and see if they pop up again. But I doubt they do. Not if that's what happened. The judge is probably like, nope, forget it.
Yeah. Dang it. Cameraman, you're fired.
You always have that one kid that poops in the sandbox. I'm telling y'all.
Yep. What, Phil? No, not a toddler. Your voice wakes up things in my head.
Sometimes you gotta go when you gotta go. I mean,
Holy shit! You got 4 of the jurors.
Oh no.
4 of them. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh wait a minute. My bad. That last one might have been a deputy. Give me a second
Oh.
here.
Mom's always on it. She's on this stuff. I'm telling you.
Shitfire. I think that was misinformation. It might have been a deputy. Give me just a minute.
When I kept seeing
Y'all
him go
don't
back
come
and
at
forth,
me.
back and forth, I didn't even think to look over at the jury. I was looking at the old lady and the deputy. I was like, "Oh, that poor lady's having to go back and forth, back and forth."
Hang that head down, you little hooker with your ugly bow. Oh shit! I'm not on mute. Sorry.
Okay, Phil, we'll go back to the 20s or 30s then. I'm in my 20s. You can do that. That's good. 30s. Yeah, we won't say toddler anymore.
Yeah, wisdom was right. Y'all don't listen to me. You can see 2 jurors and the deputy, but we've seen him a couple of times.
We'll
SRB
wait and see, but I
said,
doubt they bring it back up.
SRB said,
That's weird.
wisdom, you remember when it happened in the Murdoch verdict too.
Mm-hmm. It
Mm.
did too. Yeah,
Did they come back for that one? After
they
they
did.
showed?
Yep. Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
let's hope these guys come back.
Yeah, I would hope so, but it depends on the judge too, though. If the judge has
Yeah.
had enough, then he'll, and he has babied the jury a lot, so I don't know
Yeah.
if he will or not.
I don't know. Yeah, at least it didn't happen during the trial, right, Virginia?
Yeah, they pulled the whole thing. It's not even there anymore.
Jeez.
Huh. Yeah. Huh.
They made it private.
It's gone, I guess. I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, most likely.
Yep. Man, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I mean, I don't think they can like mistrial. It's done. But at the same time, we may not get to see. We might just have to figure out what man that sucks.
No, the jury. Good lord, the
It's early.
can the judge can come forward and threaten charges be brought upon anybody that contacts those two jurors.
Yeah, definitely.
Matahari wants to know if it was just the live feed from today that was taken down.
Yes, just today's. Yep, all it's showing is day 7. It's not showing day 8 anymore.
That works, Phil.
Okay, there's a different feed that's got it up. We're going to be a little bit behind.
Okay, where's that at?
I'm going to zap you the link.
Okay.
Do you want it in back chat or do you want it? Well, you should be able to click on it in back chat. I'll put it in Discord too.
Okay, let me see if I can grab it.
Is that? That's not Ode Fee, is it? No, there's her ugly little bow. It's the right one. Court TV might have just lost their rights to film it. Damn it, y'all. You get it, Doodle?
Taylor, I don't think so. I don't remember you talking about that. Sorry, Stormy. You can hear me typing on my laptop too? Good Lord. I swear, I do not type that hard. I really don't. I'm not being aggressive. I'm just typing.
That was not Mom.
I was going to say, wait, that wasn't you typing, was it?
No, I
didn't
have
hear
a
you
silent
typing.
key keyboard.
Put them in a trash can upside down.
Maybe I should get a silent keyboard. On my laptop was kind of a silent keyboard, but
Can you guys see it and hear it okay now?
They're on sidebar.
I was gonna say I don't hear anything.
Let me make sure I.
Can you back it up a little bit? I'm not sure how much we missed. I was over here
Maybe.
diddling around with it.
Yeah, Stormy, we found another site that we might be able to go to.
Like 4 minutes.
When you look at these mitigating factors, and it looks like they have submitted 11 mitigating factors, I submit to you that lots of people have childhoods like the defendant had, but you heard from her own grandmother that her grandmother and grandfather were stability for her. And I submit to you that just because you have the childhood that you have, and of course we all, you included, have different life experiences, that does not make an excuse for what she did to Evelyn. The defense is telling you that Megan Boswell deserves life with the possibility of parole, which is essentially roughly 51 years in this state, which would mean that Megan Boswell could get out in her late 60s, I believe. I submit to you that Megan Boswell she doesn't deserve that chance. Does Evelyn get the chance when she's 69 years old to start her life again? She doesn't. Neither does Megan. We are going to ask that you continue to hold her accountable. The state has proven the aggravating factor that Evelyn was under the age of 12 years old and that the defendant was over the age of 18. We have proven that. And that is all the state has to prove. And if you believe that the state has proven that beyond a reasonable doubt, we're going to ask that you return a verdict of life without the possibility of parole.
Thank you, John. Horn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know the last few days have been emotional for you. It's been emotional for everyone. That emotion really began 5 years ago. Not just for this case, but for our community. And it has had some dividing and rippling effects. You've been sequestered, you haven't seen those things, but we have. We've seen how divided this community is over this case. Perhaps that could last and go on for a long time. You spoke very loud today when you found Megan Boswell guilty. And I think it's time that we end all of this on the right note. You have a chance to do that. I don't, state doesn't, judge doesn't, you do. You can put the defining moment, the period of what people will remember about this case, and perhaps you as jurors, because you did find her guilty. And now you have a chance to do and show the one thing that's been missing for the last 5 years. That's grace and love. We have all, everybody in this room has failed in some way in their life. It may not have resulted in a criminal charge. It may not have resulted in going to prison. But we've done something. We've wanted compassion. We've wanted grace. We wanted love. That's how you can end this. And that's how we can start to move on as a community. And you can show her what love looks like. Because you've heard how fractured and dysfunctional her family is. Mr. Scott told you in the trial, he didn't go through a lot of things in her life. I didn't either. But I knew my mom and dad loved me. They loved me to the end. My family now loves me to the end. I don't think she's seen what that looks like in her life. You're going to get a chance. Go back there and show her. You can tell her that she's redeemable. You can end it with grace and love. General Boswell told you about those mitigating factors. You'll get them in your jury instructions. Spare her life and give her life without parole. If there's anything good can come from this, is that we can all move forward, knowing that you got the verdict that you wanted, and you ended it with the emotion of love and compassion. That's what will be remembered. I hope that's what you do. Don't be remembered for just compounding the tragedy and the tragedy and the tragedy. So easy to do that. The lasting impression that you give Evelyn, that you give Megan, that you give this community, is that love and grace can still be found with all of us. We ask you to give her life. Let her have a chance to come out one day. That's justice and flip. Justice for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer.
Thank you, Judge. Ladies and gentlemen, your job at this point is to determine whether or not the state has proven the aggravating factor that we alleged. And as General Massengill told you, that was simply related to the age of the child as well as the age of Miss Boswell. And clearly through her birth certificate, we have proven that aggravating factor. So then your job will be to weigh the mitigating factors that the defense has put on for you against that aggravating factor, which we have met our burden of proving. Mr. Horns asked you to end this case on the right note, and they would agree. You should end this case on the right note, and you should show Megan Boswell the same compassion and grace that she showed Evelyn. Evelyn wasn't shown any compassion. She wasn't shown any grace. You know, the one person that Evelyn should have been able to rely on to protect her, keep her safe, abandoned her, discarded her. She doesn't deserve your compassion, your grace. State asks that you weigh the aggravating factor that we've proven in this case. The fact that Evelyn Boswell, at the time she was dumped in a trash can, wasn't even 13 months old, never had a chance. We ask that you return a verdict we've requested of life without parole.
Thank you, General. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've got another set of instructions I've got to read to you. In the criminal court for Sullivan County, Tennessee at Blumville, State of Tennessee versus Megan Boswell, defendant. Case S72869. Jury instructions. Fixing punishment of life imprisonment or life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Members of the jury, you have now found the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of first-degree murder in the perpetration of first-degree murder as charged in the first count, and first-degree murder in the perpetration of a felony as charged in the second and third counts of presentment number S72869. It is now your duty to determine, within the limits prescribed by law, the penalty which shall be imposed as punishment for these offenses. Tennessee law provides that a person convicted of first-degree murder and first-degree murder in the perpetration of a felony shall be punished by imprisonment for life without possibility of parole or by imprisonment for life. A defendant who receives a sentence of imprisonment for life shall not be eligible for release until the defendant has served at least 51 full calendar years of such sentence. A defendant who receives a sentence of imprisonment for life without parole shall never be eligible for release. In arriving at this determination, you are authorized to weigh and consider any of the statutory aggravating circumstances proved beyond a reasonable doubt, and any mitigating circumstances which may have been risen by the evidence throughout the entire course of this trial, including the guilt finding phase or sentencing phase or both. The jury is the sole judge of the facts and of the law as it applies to the facts in this case. In arriving at your verdict, you are to consider the law in connection with the facts, that the court is the proper source from which you are to get the law. In other words, you are the judges of the law as well as the facts under the direction of the court. The burden of proof is upon the state to prove any statutory aggravating circumstance or circumstances beyond a reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt is that doubt created by an investigation of all the proof in the case and an inability after such investigation to let the mind rest easily as to the certainty of your verdict. Absolute certainty is not demanded by law, but moral certainty is required, and this certainty is required as to every element of proof necessary to constitute the verdict. The law makes you, the jury, the sole and exclusive judges of the credibility of the witnesses and the weight to be given to the evidence. The defendant has not taken the stand to testify as a witness during the sentencing hearing, but you shall place no significance on this fact. The burden is on the state to prove any aggravating circumstance or circumstances beyond a reasonable doubt. She is not required to take the stand in her own behalf, and her election not to do so cannot be considered for any purpose against her, nor can any inference be drawn from such fact. Statutory aggravating circumstances. Tennessee law provides that no sentence of imprisonment for life without possibility of parole shall be imposed by a jury, but upon a unanimous finding that the state has proven beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of one or more of the statutory aggravating circumstances, which shall be limited to the following. 1. The murder was committed against a person less than 12 years of age, and the defendant was 18 years of age or older. TCA 39-13-204I 1.
Looks like the video is unavailable now. I bet you, I bet I'm not supposed to play that, maybe? I don't know. You guys know?
Are you still up? Because
I
if
don't
you're
know.
still up, it doesn't have anything to do with you. Hang on.
It says the video is unavailable, so I don't know.
Let me see. Son of a fuck. No, shit, that's not what I want.
Yeah, it won't even play. Hmm.
You're still up, so it's not you. They didn't hit you.
Okay.
The other channel was probably streaming it that they weren't supposed to or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's see. Hey, Scarlett. All right, I'm sending you a new one. Doodle.
All right. Is it in Discord or back chat?
I'll put it in both. That way, whichever is easier for you to grab.
Matahari said, "Are you streaming WCYB?"
Yeah, that's who we were streaming. Their stream went down.
Phil said WCVB or YB, whatever, was running it in violation. So they were streaming it when they weren't supposed to be.
Molly, I just sent her channel 10.
Molly's got WBIR Channel 10 News is live. Oh, Doe Girl said it's back up. Hi, Doe Girl.
Not that one, Doodle, the second one I sent you.
Okay.
WBR Channel 10. It's in back chat, too. Thank y'all for being patient. This is what happens when the one that has the licensing gets in trouble.
Yep. Phil said RA is trying to get in under Zoom Direct. He is allowed under special permit as his daily order of business.
Who the hell's RA?
I'm gonna assume Richard Allen, but that's just the first thing that popped in my head when I see RA.
Recovery addict.
And the same.
She's trying to
exact
pull it up,
forms are
Scarlett. Here we go.
Counts 2 and count 3. Take the case, consider all the evidence fairly and impartially. Complete one of the 2 forms for each count. And report your verdict to the court. All right. Go with the officers.
Everyone stand, please.
It's not you, Doodle. It's a layover to keep them from showing anybody.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's not you, love. I'm sorry, I was unprepared.
Jury is out at 12:09 p.m. to consider sentencing. This court will be in recess, waiting the verdict of the jury.
Court stands in recess.
Oh my. I don't think they'll take long, do you?
They shouldn't.
I wouldn't think so. Well, this thing's been a fiasco.
Yeah, it really has, because I'm like, well, I have learned a lot because I'm going through here like, okay, now how do I get this up here? How do we get that up there? And it finally worked. I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Crash
This has been
course
quite the experience.
streaming.
Right.
Right. Hands on. You're going to learn today.
You're doing great, dude. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
Yes, you are.
You're
And thank
welcome.
you.
This is just, it's a learning process. I had never pulled up another link and then added it. So I was like, oh, I did it. Like a child.
You're doing great. I'm proud of you, girl.
Sometimes
Your channel is
It's
growing by
okay.
leaps and bounds. I
Yeah.
just looked at your sub count today. You're doing
Oh, where am
freaking
I at? I didn't even
amazing.
look.
Hang on, I have to pull it up. It's 28 something,
I was gonna say I
Oh,
which I
thought
really?
she
won't
was
be able
close
to
to
see the
3.
full thing.
Oh my God. Well,
Yep,
wow.
because you're doing the damn thing, girl.
Yeah.
Now, let me
Well,
get
at
to your
least I had the
Added
channel.
scenery
permitted
to
to
look
pop
at.
in and out of trial court. Zoom feeds across the country as this is the nature of his business. Like, oh, did
Oh
not know
It
my.
that.
says
Oh my goodness.
2.82.
Dang. Huh.
Woo.
Well, thank you guys. I didn't even realize
Yes, Doodle is rocking it. That's for sure.
that. Thank you guys.
So everybody's sick. So we got Arctic's got allergies. Dago's got the funk. Doodle's
He's
got
got
the
the
funk.
fungus among us. He's got the fungus of the mongus.
Yeah, I think he's got noro, to be honest.
Yeah, he may.
It's either that or the flu. It's one of the two.
Don's sick. Kimber's got the funk. Matahari's got the funk.
Yep.
Who
you
was
say
it yesterday? Was it SRB or Cassie that said, I feel like I need to wear a mask in this chat? I've got one behind me. It's camouflage too. I might put that sucker on.
Oh, Phil, I'm not going to monetize, but I appreciate you saying that. I really do. But yeah, I don't have any intentions of monetizing. I could monetize now, but I just don't want to. I just not what I want to do. But thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Every time I say the funk, I think about old Greg.
You're so silly.
Do you know who old Greg is, Doodle?
No, but the way you said it was funny enough for me.
Right?
Dude, I will have to send you old Greg. Old Greg is freaking great.
Yeah, Molly, if you're going to be in here, you need to get your hazmat suit on, honey.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because apparently you can spread sickness through text messages. Because I've already gotten Jana sick, and I think Barb got sick.
I'm just. It comes through the little speaker holes of the computers
I
or
think
something.
so. Or that webcam thing. I was telling
Yeah.
Mom, I have my cam. I have tape over mine. I don't need any nonsense. I'll be sitting here with my hair all sticking straight up, and bam.
Well, that's like when I accidentally had my camera on earlier. I was like, "Oh crap!" It's like I'm gonna have to go back and cut that out. I don't need
See,
anybody
that
seeing me
scares
looking like
me.
that. Huh?
Yeah, I'm afraid to do that because I'm just like, no, I want to show my face. I'm not doing that. So I put tape on mine.
I don't mind showing my face, but not when I just like literally just woke up and haven't brushed my hair or anything yet. And I don't want to be on camera then.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's just I just don't feel like it's safe with, the grandson and stuff from just my
Right.
past work and stuff.
Oh
It's just
yeah,
not safe for him.
definitely. I don't blame you. Do you see what Molly said? She said, at Doodlebug, you need to keep going live with Crime Time with Mama Bear and Mind of Monsters every day, please.
Well, what are we gonna go live about every day?
Right?
Because I don't
Kimber,
know about these trials. I can handle like the ones I'm really interested in, but I couldn't imagine covering trials that I'm not. I would fall asleep. Y'all be on your own. Ooh, wait, that could get interesting.
hey, Kimber had funk, that's for sure.
That's a lot to put on the jury, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I get that being, you have to be judged by your peers, but for those peers to also do your sentencing, ooh, that's a heavy weight on the jury.
Yeah, we all did about fall asleep yesterday. And I wasn't even
Yeah.
on it. I was driving and I was like listening and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good for a narcoleptic.
Right, exactly. Or ADHD. It's like I swirled 50 times. Like, wait, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Do not pull that up, Doodle. That is for your own.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Murder Hari, you're 6, so I think that's probably why. I know, Cassie. That him reading that thing for 4 hours was just, oh my gosh. And it was just so monotone and just, you couldn't understand what he was saying, and it just,
Yes.
oh,
And
it
it
was
went
awful.
over and over. I mean, yeah, I agree. Man, the only thing I think the only time I really woke up is when Defense got a little loud. I was like, well, dang, you don't have to yell.
Right? Yeah. Well, if I had been home, Cassie, it probably would have drove me to clean my house too. Oh, good, Kimber. I really hope he doesn't get any
Yeah, me
worse.
too. Me
It's
too.
so scary. Between Kimber's husband and Dago, they worry me.
Yeah. Yeah, Kimber, I'm starting to do that. Like, I noticed, how when you sneeze and sometimes it can like come from your throat. It started to burn my chest this morning, and it's real deep cough. So I was like, I took Mucinex. Maybe that'll help me.
There you go. See, I didn't really have a cough. The only cough I had was because it was draining in my throat, and I just had to cough to clear it.
Yeah, I just worry like with a cough, or even I'm sure Kimber's husband too, because it can turn into pneumonia real fast. So
Yeah, and
when
that's
it
what I
leaves the
worry with.
cough, it burns.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm worried with Dago because he had pneumonia, I think, 3 times last year.
Yeah, once you get it one time, they say if you just be used to it, you'll at least get it once a year. That sucks.
Yeah. And
Well, I mean,
his
look at Wisdom. Wisdom always gets it too, and it's horrible.
yeah, same Kimber. Between your husband's issues being sick and Dago's issues and being sick, it's not good for either one of them. Or Molly. Yeah, Molly's got breathing issues. Goodness. Doodle, Molly, Kimber, Dago. Jeez.
We might all be here next year.
Ah!
Nah, we're mean enough. We'll stick around.
Yeah.
You couldn't kill half of us with a hail gun, whatever that is. That's an old saying my grandma used to say. I have never even heard of a hail gun, but whatever it is, you couldn't kill us with it.
Yeah, I've not heard of that either. Mm, that reminds me, Matahari, I need to check with Dago, make sure he has his inhalers. He's not real good at keeping up on those.
Molly says, "Hey, y'all aren't getting rid of me that easy." Yeah,
Hey, dude.
yeah. My
Molly.
grandma used to say that hail gun. I've never even heard of a hail gun, but yeah, that's what she'd say. You couldn't kill me with a hail gun.
Ugh. Oh, yikes. We have hail cannons. See, now my chest is getting tight just thinking about you guys not being able to breathe. I hate that.
I can breathe. It's just those little moments of. I hate it when you sneeze and you cough at the same time and you get lightheaded. Like,
Yep.
my God.
Yep. Mom put in the back chat that Arctic put out 11 shorts this morning if you wanted to.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we can do that. Okay,
While we're just hanging out. Right, Molly. And you pee and then you fart. Yeah. Cough, sneeze, burp,
so
fart,
far,
pee.
yeah, the pee thing. I don't know about the fart, but maybe.
What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 31-year-old Denise Cosme, who is missing out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Denise was last seen at Club Empire Lounge in West Palm Beach, Florida on the 8th of February 2025 at around 2 a.m. She was driving a black 2019 Acura TLX with Florida tag number HYD T09 and a Miami Heat license plate frame. Denise is 5'3" tall and has dark brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black top, black pants, black vest, and a cowboy hat. Her family is extremely concerned for Denise's safety and her well-being. Anyone who has any information on Denise or her whereabouts is asked to contact authorities at 561-822-1900. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 17-year-old Sarah Beth Sokolsky, who is missing out of Arizona. Sarah Beth, who is also known as SB or Jade Rose or Jade, is 17 years old and was last seen in Phoenix, Arizona on the 7th of February 2025. She was last known to be wearing black pants and a black top. Sarah is 5'6" tall and weighs 200 pounds with brown hair and bluish green eyes. Her family and friends are very concerned for Sarah Beth's safety and her well-being. Anyone who has any information on Sarah Beth or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Phoenix Police Department at 602-262-6151 or the Phoenix Police Department Missing Persons Unit at 602-534-2121. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 13-year-old Serenity Harrington, who is missing out of Wilmington, Delaware. Serenity is 5'5" tall and weighs 230 pounds with black hair. Serenity was last seen on the 12th of February 2025 at around 7:30 p.m. walking away from her residence in the 3300 block of Wilson Street in Wilmington, Delaware. She's not returned home, and her family is very concerned for her safety and her well-being. Serenity was last known to be wearing a black hooded sweatshirt, pants, and slippers. Her direction of travel is currently unknown, but she moved to Delaware from Winchester, Virginia. Anyone who has any information on Serenity or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Newcastle Police Department at 302-573-2800. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 13-year-old Savannah Perrin, who is missing out of Van Buren, Arkansas. Savannah is 5'4" tall and weighs 120 pounds with red shoulder-length hair and blue eyes. The Van Buren Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing teenager. Savannah was last seen at her residence in Van Buren, Arkansas on the 11th of February 2025. She left her home overnight and took her cat with her. Savannah may be traveling to Missouri to meet a friend. Her family and friends are very concerned about Savannah's safety and her well-being. It is unknown what Savannah was wearing at the time of her disappearance. Anyone that has any information on Savannah or her whereabouts is asked to contact Detective McDonald with the Van Buren Police Department at 479-471-5089. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 43-year-old Samuel Thurston, who is missing out of Louisville, Kentucky. Samuel is 6 feet tall and weighs 220 pounds with brown eyes. The Louisville Metropolitan Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing man. Samuel was last seen on the 10th of February 2025 at around 11 a.m. in the 2700 block of Doomsnil Street in Louisville, Kentucky. His family and friends fear that he may be in danger. It is unknown what Samuel was wearing at the time of his disappearance, and his direction of travel is also unknown. If you see him or his truck pictured above, please contact the Louisville Metro Police Department at 502-574-5673. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 25-year-old Cassandra Lee, who is missing out of Nashville, Tennessee. Cassandra is 5'9" tall and weighs 130 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. The Metropolitan Nashville Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing woman. Cassandra has been missing from the Nashville area since the 27th of January, 2025. Her last communication with her family was via text. Cassandra had been in an abusive relationship and she had recently left, and the other party went to jail and she went to a domestic violence shelter. This is the last information known by her loved ones. She has been reported as missing to authorities in both Sacramento, California, where her brother lives, and in Nashville, Tennessee. Cassandra has suffered from mental health issues in the past, but it is unknown if that has played a factor in her disappearance. She has K bands tattooed on her upper chest. Cassandra is a mother to a young child who needs their mother. Anyone with information on Cassandra or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department at 615-862-8600. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 23-year-old Denisa Mata, who is missing out of Brownsville, Texas. Denisa is 5'5" tall and weighs 200 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. The Brownsville Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing woman. Denisa was last seen by her family on the 10th of February, 2025 at around 11:30 p.m. in the 7800 block of Palma de Macaros Drive in Brownsville, Texas. Her family said that she may have mental health challenges that could impact her ability to take care of herself. They are very concerned for Denise's safety and her well-being. Anyone with information on Denisa or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Brownsville Police Department at 967-548-7000. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 63-year-old Stephen Law, who is missing out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Stephen is 5'9" tall and weighs 170 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. The Crawford County Sheriff's Office have issued a silver alert for the missing man. Stephen was last known to be at 5308 Kibler Road in Van Buren, Arkansas, on the 11th of February, 2025. He may be traveling in a gray 2011 Chevrolet Cruze with Arkansas license plate number ATS72G. His family and friends are very concerned for Stephen's safety and his well-being. Anyone with information on Stephen or his whereabouts is asked to contact the Crawford County Sheriff's Office at 479-474-2261. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of Matthew Coop, who is missing out of Jacksonville, Florida. Matthew was 53 years old at the time of his disappearance and stood at 5'10" tall, weighing 200 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating the missing man. Matthew left his residence in Jacksonville, Florida on the 24th of February, 2023 to go to the store and never returned. His vehicle was found about a mile from his residence a few weeks after he went missing. According to his family, Matthew is a good father and would never disappear without contacting his family. They are very concerned for his safety and his well-being. Anyone who has any information on Matthew or his whereabouts is asked to contact the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office at 904-630-0500. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the missing persons case of 15-year-old Faith Danner, who is missing out of Hagerstown, Maryland. The Hagerstown police are asking for the public's help in locating the missing teenager. Faith was reported as missing on the 9th of February 2025. She was last seen leaving her residence in Hagerstown, Maryland on the 6th of February 2025. Her family and friends are concerned for her safety and her well-being. It is unknown what Faith was wearing at the time of her disappearance, and her direction of travel is also unknown. Anyone who has any information on Faith or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Hagerstown Police Department at 240-313-4345. What is going on, guys? What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 16-year-old Lavea Nicole Jones, who is missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. Lavea is 5'1" tall and weighs 190 pounds with dyed red hair and green eyes. The Hendersonville Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing teenager. Lavea did not return home to her residence in Hendersonville, Tennessee on the 7th of February 2025. She was last known to be wearing blue jeans, a white coat, and a black backpack. Police are asking anyone with information on Lavea or her whereabouts to contact the Hendersonville Police Department at 615-822-1111 or the Hendersonville Crime Stoppers at 615-594-4113. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 16-year-old Nevaeh Norwood, who is missing out of Temple, Texas. Nevaeh was last seen at around 2 p.m. on the 20th of January 2025 in Temple, Texas, after leaving her friend's house, and she has not been seen or heard from since. Nevaeh was last seen wearing a long-sleeve white shirt, black pajama pants or sweatpants, and black slide shoes. Nevaeh has brown hair and blue eyes. Her family is heartbroken and desperately pleading for the public's help to bring her home. They are searching for answers and need any information that could lead to finding Nevaeh. Anyone who has any information on Nevaeh or her whereabouts is asked to get in contact with the Temple, Texas Police Department at 254-298-5500. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 14-year-old Hannah Guaro, who is missing out of Jacksonville, Florida. Authorities and the family of the missing teenager are asking for the public's help in locating Hannah. Hannah was last seen on the 1st of February 2025. She is 5'2" tall and weighs 115 pounds with pink, straight, mid-length hair and brown eyes. She does have piercings, including a nose ring, a tongue ring, and a belly button ring. Her family and friends are very concerned for Hannah's safety and her well-being. Anyone who has any information on Hannah or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office at 904-630-0500. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 14-year-old Olivia Dyer, who is missing out of Palo Cedro, California. Olivia is 5'4" tall and weighs 100 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. The Red Bluff Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing teenager. Olivia was last seen on the 10th of November 2024 in the area of Palo Cedro, California. She was last known to be wearing a black zip-up sweatshirt, black sweats, and a black tank top. She has not been seen or heard from since, and she is believed to still be in the Red Bluff, California area. Anyone who has any information on Olivia or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Red Bluff Police Department at 530-527-3131. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 21-year-old Ronald Jean Cobb, who is missing out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Ronald is 5'11" tall and weighs 140 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. The Virginia Beach Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing man. Ronald left the Travel Lodge located at 1909 Atlantic Avenue in Virginia Beach, Virginia on the 3rd of February 2025, where he had been staying with his mother. He has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and had gotten into an argument with the manager of the hotel before leaving on foot. His direction of travel is currently unknown. His phone goes directly to voicemail. Ronald was last seen wearing a red Nike zip-up hoodie, black Nike sweatpants, Jordans, and was carrying a gray Nike backpack. His family and friends are concerned for Ronald's safety and his well-being. Anyone with information on Ronald or his whereabouts is asked to contact the Virginia Beach Police Department at 757-385-4141. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 15-year-old Tiffany Robinson, who is missing out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Tiffany is 5'5" tall and weighs 140 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. The Chesapeake Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing teenager. Tiffany was last seen in the 500 block of Longdale Crescent in Chesapeake, Virginia, leaving on foot on the 24th of January 2025. Tiffany has a nose piercing and she is known to frequent the Norfolk area, especially near Norfolk State University and Booker T. Washington High School. Her family and friends are very concerned for Tiffany's safety and her well-being. Anyone with information on Tiffany or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Chesapeake Police Department at 757-382-6161. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 39-year-old Heather Karras, who is missing out of Linton, North Dakota. Heather is 5'4" tall and weighs 125 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. The Emmons County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating the missing woman. Heather was last seen leaving her house in Linton, North Dakota at around 11 a.m. on the 24th of January, 2025. Heather told her two teenage children that she was going to start and warm up the vehicle and said goodbye and left her residence in a gold-colored 2000 Chevy Silverado in an unknown direction and destination. The vehicle would later be located the following day near Beaver Bay west of Linton and abandoned with the keys in the ignition. She also has ties in Colorado, Utah, and North Carolina. Heather's family and friends are very concerned for her safety and her well-being. Anyone with information on Heather or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Emmons County Sheriff's Office at 701-254-4411. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 43-year-old John Mosquera, who is missing out of Newport News, Virginia. John is 5'6" tall and weighs 230 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. The Newport News Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing man. John went missing on the 7th of February, 2025. He has a scar on the right side of his face and tattoos on his abdomen and chest. It is unknown what John was wearing at the time of his disappearance, and his direction of travel is also currently unknown. Anyone who has any information on John or his whereabouts is asked to contact the Newport News Police Department at 757-247-2500. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 16-year-old Harmony Valenzuela, who is missing out of Mesa, Arizona. Harmony is 5'4" tall and weighs 130 pounds with dyed black hair and brown eyes. She does have two slits on her left eyebrow. Harmony's been missing since the 7th of February, 2025. Her hair may currently be dyed red. Harmony did not return home from school on the 7th of February 2025 and was last seen in Gilbert, Arizona over the weekend. She may now be anywhere in the valley. She was last known to be wearing gray sweatpants and a blue crop top, as well as a black sweater and black and white Nike high top shoes. Her family is concerned for her safety and her well being. Anyone with information on Harmony or her whereabouts is asked to contact the Mesa Police Department at 480-644-2211. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 44-year-old Violet Pareda, who is missing out of Quapaw, Oklahoma. Violet is 5'5" tall and weighs 155 pounds with bleach blonde hair and brown eyes. The Quapaw Nation Marshal Service is asking for the public's help in locating the missing woman. Violet was last seen in Quapaw, Oklahoma in December of 2024. According to her family, Violet was going to give a ride to her former boyfriend, Travis Landers. She was going to take him to Tulsa and return home to Quapaw. Violet has not been seen or heard from since. At that time, her hair was bleached blonde, but it may have grown out back to brown. She does have a tattoo on the right side of her neck that says Mark and a tattoo of a heart with wings on her shoulder. She is an enrolled citizen of the Quapaw Nation, and her family and friends are very concerned for. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 54-year-old John Oldock, who is missing out of Tallahassee, Florida. John is 5'10" tall and weighs 185 pounds with black hair and green eyes. A Florida purple alert has been issued for the missing man. John was last seen in the area of the 2100 block of Orleans Drive in Tallahassee, Florida on the 8th of February 2025. He may be driving a 2015 gray Lexus CT with Florida tag number KT548R. His family and friends are very concerned for John's safety and his well being. Anyone with information on John or his whereabouts is asked to contact the Leon County Sheriff's Office at 850 606 5800. What is going on, guys? This is Arctic Fox. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the missing persons case of 15-year-old Brooklyn Armstrong, who is missing out of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. The Sault Ste. Marie Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the missing teenager. Brooklyn is 5'9" tall with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen on the night of the 8th of February 2025. Brooklyn does have connections in the Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids areas of Michigan. Anyone with information on Brooklyn or her whereabouts is asked to get in contact with the Sault Ste. Marie Police Department at 906-632-5744.
Oh, rub you in. Hey, I think I'm starting to figure this stuff out. Baby, that was good, right? Thank you, Arctic. I do appreciate those. I really do. I know it's hard to get any of the information out. It is. Nobody really watches our shorts anymore, and they're so important. I really don't know how else we're going to grab anybody's attention.
And
Yeah,
Doodle.
October, but it's taken me a while to figure it out. Yeah.
Can you mute that music?
I thought I knew where it was coming from.
I was like, you
I'll
are
try.
really
Hang on. Hang on. Let's see. Is it better
Channel
now?
10. Yes. So he said in chat, John was found deceased and Violet was
Yeah.
found safe.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad they found Violet, but oh, that's so sad. I hate it when they find them deceased.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
put the links in back chat. He also said that, hang on, the 16-year-old girl was the 40-year-old monster
yeah. Yeah.
that
The ones
has
that
been
baby in
extended
Missouri,
to, yep,
Missouri.
yep.
Ugh.
So
I'm
I would
not
say if
surprised.
you're
Everybody comes
Kansas,
here. I'm telling you,
Missouri,
they all come here because they know our justice here is. Yep. Dang. It's sad. It is. There's so much of that here. I don't know, Peggy, if I got it going or not, but I'm trying. No better way to learn though than to just jump in and do it, I guess.
that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the hard way for me, or I just never figured out.
Trial by error, girl.
Yeah. Yep.
I had 5 different people trying to help me with the sound booster the other night and never did figure it out.
I didn't even attempt because I know until I figure this out, I'll be lucky to figure this out, much less sound boosting. My problem is I will overthink it. I will overthink every process I do.
That's
Well, they're trying
natural.
with that sad, sappy story. I really hope the jury isn't falling for that, but they may because she is so young. And a lot of times that's how that turns out. I just hope they can think of Evelyn and how she felt over this monster, you know?
Hmm. No, I agree. I agree. I hope they listen to what the prosecution said. Those last few words he said, or were just those should ring in their ears. Show her the same that she showed Evelyn.
Right, because how can she ever learn? She's not going to sit in prison where they feed her, they house her. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a party, but at the same time, come on. It's better to
She
be a
didn't
face first
sound
in a trash can, though, isn't it?
right, and she didn't sound the least bit upset when the judge asked her if she was going to
No,
testify.
no, not at
She
all.
didn't
I
even
would
have a
be a
crackle.
stubborn mess. Yeah, I don't think they would even be able to understand me. I wouldn't even be right in the head if my child passed away like that, especially if I was wrongly accused. And she didn't act wrongly accused at all at any point, ever.
Mm-mm. No, she's eating all this attention.
No, I don't know. I just look at Evelyn and think, you know what? This monster, she doesn't even, to be honest, I don't even think she deserves to live her natural life. But, I mean, I don't make the laws, but anytime you hurt a child, it should be instant. Really, I think.
I fully
Same
agree.
with elderly. Same with elderly. Because if you have to pick on ones that can't defend themselves, then the court system should take care of you.
Why should the
Well, 'cause it's
taxpayers
okay.
have to feed this girl?
Right, and get all this health care that many of our vets have to struggle to even try to get. And if they do have it, it's still a process to even get what they need.
Exactly.
I mean, shoot, there's people out here that can't even afford to get a tooth pulled, and she'll get the best dental care available out there to her. That's not okay.
Phil. I never did figure it out. I give up. I even asked barista and she was confused.
Really? Barista was confused?
It's probably the way I ask her.
Oh.
Look at that little face.
God, I know. That
Sweetest
picture right
baby.
there gets me. Yep, she get that picture right there gets me. And the one where she's sitting on the ground next to a little purple bench and she's like looking at her
Hmm.
fingers. Oh my goodness. Adorable. I just love how her family wants to sit up there and say, "Oh, I failed Megan." Really? Because what you failed was Evelyn. So why I didn't see any of that. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted them to say, "I not only failed her, but I also failed Evelyn." But they didn't. No one will say that. But by failing Megan, you think they would get in their head, "Hey, I caused this." But nope. Mm-mm. Poor Megan. Whatever.
Poor pitiful Megan. Hell with her and her ugly bow.
She thought she would, and she put. I guarantee you that was her lawyers. Put this pretty little innocent bow in your hair, please.
And wear pink so you look like a girl. A little
Oh my,
innocent schoolgirl.
yeah.
Bullshit. Should have made her ass come out in her bars is what they should have done. Them white and black bars is the best look she's had
Yeah.
since I've seen her in court.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those stripes are great.
Yeah, Bill, she told me to buy an external booster, and it ain't that serious. I ain't buying no damn external booster. I'm sure this fancy computer my son built probably has one in it somewhere. I just don't know where, and I'm not pushing buttons.
Yeah, I tried all that pushing button stuff, man. I got in the middle of nowhere. I was like, I'm never going to recover from this. I don't even know how to get anything going.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. Like after I was fooling with that sound booster thing, we tried to pull up another um, version of it, and I had no audio at all on my end. You could hear it on the channel, but not through StreamYard. So I don't know what I did. So I quit pushing buttons. I just rebooted my whole computer after I shut down the live. Yes, Walt, guilty on all.
I'd like to shoot you in the ass with the BB gun. Lay there in the tall grass and laugh at what I'd done. Put a blood blister upon each bun. I'd like to shoot you in the ass with the BB gun.
Yes.
I figured that'd get you going.
Got me over here dancing in my chair. We was coming down 417 when I asked you to play it the other day. Craig goes, "What the hell?" And was cracking up. And I had you on the big TV, and he was just getting a kick out of all your little clips.
Listen, these cases get so heavy that if we don't have some kind of little funnies, I mean, it can really get you fast. And I'm sure people will push that. Oh my God, look what Doodle did. She's making light of this. Well, some of us just have to cope. So if they can't handle it, they can stay off Doodle's channel. I don't care.
Facts. I love how Doodle does it. They can suck it up or move on.
I love that little Sophia. I think she's so adorable.
Oh, there's my woman. That was my woman.
Yeah, Medea. I love Medea. I love Medea. Hallelujah.
Yep, Phil, that was in courtesy of Doodlebug. I played that for Craig too. He was cracking up.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny. I laughed till I cried, but I have such weird humor. Welcome,
I
Walt.
like
I'm
the
sorry I missed you.
BBC.
You like the what?
I like the BBC, the dry
Oh,
comedy on there. So
yeah.
I have a dark sense of humor anyway.
I do too. But some people just cope with things different. And I have to have some kind of lightening up a bad situation just because. I mean, goodness.
Hmm. Exactly. If you don't, you can't let yourself slip into the darkness. So you've got to find something to laugh about.
Right. And it can get you so fast. It's like I didn't even realize, wow, I needed to take a step back. And sometimes you wait too late, you just have to know to step back.
Yep. Just got to breathe.
Yeah, Kimber, and I did try to cover that monster's face as much as I could. She has gotten so much attention. It's sickening. It's like we have focused, everyone has focused on Megan so much that we have forgotten the main thing, which is Evelyn. So every time that they tried to show her face, as much as I could, I would cover it because she's gotten enough attention, and she's still loving it every minute of it. But the foster mom, to me, that's odd. 17 years old, coming in your home pregnant, and hair where you couldn't put a comb through it, and it was full of lice. I mean, seriously? At 17 years old, you don't know how to wash your hair, comb your hair, or realize that your head itches? Nah, I'm calling bullshit on that.
Yeah, that just shows you don't care about yourself at 17.
Yeah, and then she got pregnant right after that. Or no, she was pregnant then. And I'm thinking, what man would want to do something like that with a girl that, or what boy that has lice? And does he know she had lice? Because he has it. You know, dang, right. But she could take care of the baby fine. See, none of that makes sense. If she couldn't even take care of her own hair to comb it, how the heck did she take care of Evelyn all night with no help? Yeah, I don't know.
I call bullshit. Boo. Shit.
Yeah, right. COK Creations Designs. I agree. Like she didn't say that when she testified, so why would she say that now? Yeah, Peggy, I think that even the monster has broken the internet today. Well, they've got some pretty scenery though. This 10 News.
The great state of Tennessee.
Is it? That's what it is. Tennessee. That's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. My God,
Yep. That
that's too many lights for me. But the rest of it is. I like the snow and the mountains and that's beautiful.
I think that's Nashville. 'Cause the two little blue lights that are close to each other, that looks like the top of the Batman building.
The Batman
That would
building.
be out toward, yeah.
Oh wow.
It used to be, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be the AT&T building, and it's got two antennas on the top of it. And it looks like Batman's mask.
Oh
So
wow.
locals, we deemed it the Batman building. I mean, even if you turn on the local news and they're talking about somewhere downtown,
Yeah.
they call it the Batman building. Like it got renamed many years ago.
Oh wow.
Now, this picture looks like the Smoky side
That's
of
beautiful.
eastern Tennessee.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, see the two little green dots? Those look
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
towers on top of the Batman building to me. And that looks like it might be up around Dunbar Cave, Clarksville area.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm all
I
about
might be
nature, so
wrong.
that's beautiful.
Kimber
Yeah,
says
no,
that
girl,
she
it
thinks
could
it's
be.
AT&T.
They could be on lunch break. If so, they'll be back in 14 minutes, but we'll see.
I see. That reminds me up around Dunbar Cave or the Bell Witch Cave.
A holler? Oh, yeah. It's always fun in the holler.
You know, the first time I took Craig home with me, we were coming through the Appalachians because he doesn't listen when I said turn here, and he turned there, and we ended up 2 hours on a longer route to get to my dad's, but it was really pretty. And he about had a damn heart attack coming over the mountain. He's all looking, oh, look how pretty it is. The car, oh Lord, I about
Oh.
had a meltdown. Let the Flatlander drive through the mountains.
How'd that go?
I'm about had an anxiety attack. Yeah, that looks like Nashville to me. I think it's either Nashville or Knoxville. I think it's Nashville though.
I don't
I
know.
don't
From what
want to
I've
go
seen
look.
happen, everybody missing in Nashville. I used to want to go. I don't now. I just, I think I prefer not to go to Tennessee. It's dangerous. Although I stay in Missouri, that is just as dangerous, and St. Louis is even worse. So I make no sense. I know.
Nashville, it's just if you're gonna go and visit, just don't fool around downtown after dark. And then there's certain parts of town that you shouldn't go in. Any
Yeah,
street
I'm
that's got
sure.
the name of a state on it, find the way out.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How about Memphis? I mean, Memphis is just as dangerous, isn't it?
Memphis is just as bad.
Yeah. And
Do you
you were
remember that
right.
lady that was I'm sorry, I'm probably lagging due to what'd you say?
You were right. Court TV just edited that part out at the end.
Yep. I figured
But
they
I
did.
but but they don't have a new one, so they might got thrown out.
Yeah, Grisla posted on Twitter that they had put in that they'd pinned to the top of their comments that their cameras got removed from the courtroom.
Oh,
I
see,
figured
I
that's
like
what
a judge
happened.
that does that. I like a judge that says, "Okay, you mess up once, out," because that's the safety of his jury. You know?
Hmm. And then everybody's scrambling to get into the court camera feeds.
Yeah,
So it took a
yeah.
minute to get everything back up.
Dang. Especially when they went through all the trouble of just muting the jury so no one could even hear their voice, and then they see two of them. Oh,
Hmm.
no girl, who did? That he got told to get a lawyer.
I have a picture of the skyline somewhere. I'm looking for it. Now it's gonna bother me.
That's so pretty. My goodness. Wow. I could wake up and see that every day. That'd be great. Oh wow, the judge told the cameraman that he needed to get a hold of a lawyer. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Looks like that those two that were shown is gonna have a little bit of a lawsuit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a good thing they
Yeah,
make
the privacy of
millions,
the
so
jury, that's a big deal. The privacy of the jury is a big deal. You can't just do that.
no, not at all. I mean, this could be serious. Their safety could be oh my god.
This is it.
Oh, Peggy, that sounds like heaven. The mountains is what she sees from her window.
It's not- That's going to drive me nuts. There ain't no telling where it's at. It's in some file or
You gotta
folder.
figure these places out, don't you? You're like, I should know this.
I need to sit and reorganize everything because at one time I had everything in files. And then over time, it's all in one big folder. And it's hard to find stuff.
I have never seen a them to come back with a verdict and it take all day like this. I really haven't. Have you?
Well, it's not very often you get to see the jury decide the sentencing.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Usually, you have the victim statements, or in this case, it was character witnesses, and then the verdict, or vice versa. And then usually the judge sets out a date to come back with the sentencing.
Bill, I don't think they didn't allow the public in there. They just had the courtroom stuff in there. So it is a big deal. I mean, it's a huge deal. Bill says that's bullshit. Yes, it's important, but court is open to the public. So really, their identity is not. But it is because they didn't open that court to the public. They only let those. Did they? Mom, do you know? I didn't think they did. I thought it was just for like media.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, because it was
Not that
such
I
a
know
big
of.
high profile case.
I know there was a tragedy pimp that was going to go up there and try to get in, but said tragedy pimp's been streaming, so I highly doubt they got in.
Oh yeah, they'll drive that jury crazy. Like they'll want them to come on every news channel and talk about all, and they may after it's done, but they haven't even made the sentencing yet. They've already shown their faces. That can't be good.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, in my opinion, I don't think the community's torn at all. The 2 people that came up there and spoke for her, 3 people that came up there and spoke for her, they're not the community. I'm sorry. They're a small piece of that community.
Right. Bill says if
And
they
Bluntville, that stretches.
Bill says if they returned a not guilty on all counts, then that would have a reason to fear. Not really. I disagree because just as many. It's either way. I mean, she has haters either way, but she also has people that think that she's innocent. So honestly, that jury has every right to be pissed that their faces were shown. That's not what you sign up for, and that's not our laws.
Mm-mm. Dude, I got Fitzmiss sandwich. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll stay up here. I'm just going to mute.
Okay. It depends on the judge, Phil. Not always. Court isn't always open to the public nationwide. even if it's not a juvenile. Each state must be different because ours is up to the judge. If the judge doesn't want cameras in, doesn't want it to be public, then, if it's a high profile, he doesn't have to. But then I saw that Louisiana has different theirs is all different too, because apparently there, this one lady is saying that you are guilty until proven innocent in Louisiana, that they have their own little deal, so I don't know. I'm feeling a little better though, girl. I just got a cold's all. I know I sound snuffy, but yeah. Oh, you're okay, Matahari. You've not really missed anything. I mean, we're just waiting on them to come back.
I'm still here.
Well, you've been awful quiet. What you been up to?
I was talking to my daughter, and then today's my mom's birthday, so I started playing in Canva to make her a
Oh.
video birthday card.
Aw, that's so sweet. It is. It is. Dude, I wouldn't know what to do if my son made me a birthday or even got me a birthday card. I'd be like, what's wrong with you? You sick? But boys are like that though. They just don't have that in them. That
Yeah,
little. Here, let me do something sweet.
yeah, that's true.
I hope Dago's okay. He hasn't chatted in quite a while. I hope he's going to urgent care, even though I know he won't because he's so hard headed.
Yeah, I sent him a text to check on him, and he hasn't responded, so he may be asleep.
No.
I don't know. Well, how much longer are they going to be on lunch? Has it been an hour now?
It's 12:13 my time, so it's 1:13 their time. So it should be about 2 more minutes. But that doesn't mean they'll be back as soon as it's over, though. Unfortunately.
True, because Judge likes to be late.
I don't know why I just think that Mr. Bean is so funny. Then you got Wisdom. Every time it's so funny. Anything that she has the least little doubt of, she always sends me this. I think that baby's so adorable.
I do too.
I know. I gotta be like, I'll ask her, "How are you doing today?" And she's like, "What are you up to?" And I don't know. We'll have something silly conversation, and then she'll send me that. I'm like, "Oh." That's SRBs that she always uses.
Matahari said she sent you a message in Messenger. Said it's her
Okay.
lawyer explaining why she decided not to take the stand if you're interested in playing it.
Oh, okay. We're so close now to them coming back. I might wait until they come back first. Because
Yeah.
if I miss this after we've waited this long, I'm gonna be mad at myself.
Right? Waited this long, and then we leave, and then they'll come back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's 12:15, so it's 1:15 there. The minute that I play that, they'll come back and we'll miss the whole thing.
Yeah. So they're on the same time as I am, because it's 1:15 here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, good, go girl. She says behavioral panel is going to do Megan today. Mm. Either way, Phil, somebody's in trouble. See, that's the bad part, Matahari, and that's exactly why some of these trials don't want cameras in there, like Koberger. They can't take the chance on these high profile ones. Yeah, Wisdom. I think they were on lunch, but they should be back now. I hope they better be. Oh, it could be. Someone said that they saw that it was lunch, but I'm not sure. I don't know. This is all I can see. I know I don't see anything about it anywhere else. Yeah, Phil, you do try to help us all out and going back and forth. I appreciate that. I really do. Oh Lord, he said they have until 9 p.m. to make the decisions. Oh Lord.
Oh
Um,
Lord.
yeah, I'm not gonna wait till 9 p.m. live. Um, dang. What do you
Yikes.
guys think I should do? End it and wait and start a new one, or
Probably.
yeah. Oh, Kimber said I thought he said 4:09. Well, shoot, that's still a long time to sit here looking at all these scenery from Tennessee.
Right?
But still, I mean, dang.
I mean, we love y'all and all that, but
Yeah, we love you, but not that much. Not till
right?
9 p.m.
It's a bit much.
We'll wait till mom comes back, and then we'll see what she can come up with. But if that's how it is, and they have till 9, I guess we just have to keep an eye on it and then come back.
Yeah.
What I can do is pull up the channel 10 on the Mac,
Yeah.
and as long as the screen keeps moving, the Mac will keep it alive.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, let me pull it up here. So it's up to you if you want to end it, and then
Yeah.
just
Well, if they got until like 9 p.m., then yeah, I probably should end it, and then I'll just keep my phone right beside me, and I'll try to keep trying to figure out, when they're gonna go live. But dang. Yeah, I think I will, guys. All right, I will go ahead and end this one, and then as soon as we get anything, I'll be right back live. Okay?
Alrighty. See y'all later.
All right.
yeah.
See you in a bit, hopefully this evening.
Yeah. Bye.
Does anyone understand? Does anyone lend a hand? When the silence starts to bite, will you join me in this fight? Can you see them in your dreams? Can you hear their desperate screams? A heartbeat lost in the night. Oh, will you help me be their voice? In the darkness, let's rejoice, 'cause together we can shine.